on.
It's time about, say, 5, and we'd like to go on this August 15, today's Thursday, here at the Assan Community Center. And here at the Municipal Planning Council, we're having this meeting together with the Diamond Cave. Can you please do a roll call?
Okay. Mayor Salas,
President,
Vice Chair Justin Loco,
here.
Mayor Peter Cruz, I'm here. Doris Cruz, not here. Peter Cruz, not here. Francis Cabana, I'm here. Daniel Lucen, not here. Gloria Mendola, here. Anita Kenya, not here. Monica Tyrena, not here. However, we do have a problem to start the meeting.
Okay, so the purpose of this meeting is we're gonna have a public hearing notice number 2, the second notice. Like it says, it's here in Assan Mayor's office. This is a live stream here in Assan Mayor's office, YouTube. GLUC application 2023-47 for zone change request from C to M1 zone on lot 429-6-REM, common NEW, Municipality of Assan. Applicant Public International INC, presenting by Daniel Swavely. Mr. Swavely?
Yes,
So, and it's, this Diamond Cave wholesale building has been landmarked in Western Assan since 2003. It was purchased in 2009 by Pacific International 1 INC. Pacific International, which has been operating as a wholesale since then. And Diamond Cave wholesale building 2023. That's what Civic is showing. Is there anything, Mr.
That's it. Yeah, good job.
You
Okay?
can make your presentation.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you, Mayor, thank you for your hospitality, you and your staff. We really appreciate it. So my name is Dan Swavely, and I'm joined by Kyle Warhoff this evening. Our purpose here is to present to you the request, the application by Diamond K to change their zone from commercial to M1. Now, there has been wholesaling operations in existence in that building since about 2000, about 20 years, but in 2009 it created and it continues to do the wholesaling at that point. Their operations have generally consisted of importing products that they purchase and put in the warehouse. It's mostly been some construction supplies, some hotel supplies, beverages, beauty supplies, equipment, things like that. Yeah? And as a wholesaling operation, they bring in, they have under their name, bring in products, and then they on-sell it to local stores, a lot of mom and pop stores on Guam, including Kmart. Yeah, and they also send some down to Madro, where the Kramers actually began their businesses. The Kramers have been working and in business in Assan for quite a while. Instead of referring to it as Diamond K, sometimes I'm just going to call them the Kramers, okay? Because they're a beautiful family. So then, what has happened is that they have been growing slowly. They now have 7 employees. None are currently residing in Assan, some of which has time. They've been growing slowly, but they like to start their operation. They like to expand their operation. That's really what it comes to, okay? And so in these public hearings, I generally present, I answer 4 questions. Why are we here? Yeah. What is proposed? Then back and forth. Yeah. And then what's the next step? Okay. So the reason we're here real quickly is this. All private property on Guam is zoned. Yeah. The zone of the Kramer property is commercial. Commercial generally allows for retail stores, other kinds of stores, restaurants, gas stations, things like that. That's the commercial zone. Those are permitted, yeah. And wholesale. That's permitted. But the Kramers want to do warehousing as well. It's an idiosyncrasy, I think, in Guam zoning code that you can't do warehousing in the commercial zone, which you can't. Warehousing is what? It's in the light industrial zone. It's an N1 zone, okay? So in order for Kramers to match their ongoing wholesaling business with warehousing, we need to change the zone. Nothing down there is going to change. The building's going to stay the same. Trucks and vans are going to go in, trucks and vans are going to go out. That's all the same. But they're going to be able to do warehousing as well. Now, what is the difference between wholesaling and warehousing, right? Not much, frankly. In wholesaling, the law thinks of it like this. Kramer will purchase goods and products, put them in their warehouse, and on-sell them. Okay? In warehousing, Kramers can take in goods and products not owned by Kramer, but on-sell them for others. Meaning, we have 25 products that the Kramers are bringing in and selling. We have 125 that they can bring in under consignment or license or other arrangements like that. That is the magic of warehousing. Plus, in warehousing, you are allowed to maybe lease out a portion of the building to somebody else to do the same thing, right? But really, what the Kramers want to do is expand their business operations. In fact, when I was studying this wholesale warehouse business on Guam, I came across the statistics that every 5 years or so we do a Guam economic census. The last data we had was 2017. Now, there was one done since then, a survey, but we don't have the data yet, so I have to use 2017. In fact, Guam does not really clearly distinguish between wholesale and warehouse. In 2017, there were 223 business licenses for wholesale. Okay? They employed a little more than 3,000 people and had a gross annual payroll of about $87 million. In the same year, transportation and warehousing was lumped as one business license, and there were 93 of those. Yeah, 93 of those employing less than 3,000 people, but having more than $90 million in annual payroll. So we don't really distinguish too well between warehousing and wholesale until it comes to zoning. That's when you have to be in two different zones. Yeah. So that's what we're trying to do here. Now, what does this mean with respect to Guam? Well, we have all noticed in the last few years, since COVID especially, that we have supply chain disruptions, right? We have sources for products and goods that are changing all the time. So the old way doesn't work. And we being so isolated out here, the old way just doesn't work. We need to have multiple sources to buy products and goods to bring them to Guam to supply the market here, right? And as a wholesaler, you can only bring in that which you can buy. So you are really restricted. As a warehouse, and with the warehouse operations, the world is the playing stage, okay? So at the end of the day, this means Guam's supply chain will be better because of something like this. We'll have more goods, we'll have more products, we'll have more variety because we can get it from different places. Kramer doesn't have to pay for it to bring it here. Yeah, that's what this is all about. As I said before, it's going to look the same, it's going to smell the same, it's going to have the same down there. Can we go to the master plan?
Sorry, Mr. Swavely, but
Yes.
that's it's called a distributorship,
Distributorship.
yeah, right?
Yes, it is, yes.
Because they're selling goods for them.
Yes, it's a distributorship. Exactly right. And you walk through the future warehouse, you will see product names, many more product names than you saw before. Yeah, you've never many more, right? Because they will have an agreement, a license, a franchise, or whatever, to distribute those products, yes. So, do we need to review where the property is? or maybe we should, Kyle, let's go to the vicinity map real quickly. So the Kramer property, right down here, King J. Sioux Street and Marine Corps Drive, right on the corner. Like I said, it's been there for more than 20 years, although the Kramers have only been in operation. It started as Diamond K. I still don't know whether the Diamond K was just a coincidence that it was Diamond K and Kramers bought it because it was already Diamond K. I'm not sure about that, but that's where she sits. Then in the master plan, you will see that here's the property that we looked at. Yeah. Here's the footprint of the existing warehouse. We do plan to put a smaller warehouse back here. Okay. Again, 2 stories, all within the density, parking, and height requirements of the M1 zone. And trucks will come in and out to the loading dock the same way they do now. We will have employee parking up there, which is a lot more than necessary. But we have to understand that parking at a warehouse like this takes more than just for staff parking, because there will be product representatives coming in and out, right? Agents of all these different suppliers.
It's gonna be more traffic.
Yeah, it'll be a little bit more traffic because of more representatives going in and out, but they will stay in the front there. They will not drive and come in the back. That's about the way it's going to lay out. Really, no changes. The working hours are going to be the same. The exterior lighting will be the same. Maybe a few more cars going in and out, vans and trucks going in and out. That's about it. Yeah, that is the master plan that the Kramers would like to execute if we can get rezone to M1 for warehousing. That's pretty much a wrap on my side. I'd like to entertain any questions.
How about your operation hours?
Yeah, operation hours will continue to be about 7 to 6. I mean, there will be, we discussed this, there will be emergency unloads or something like that, right? Because as everybody knows, when that truck comes in there, you have only so many hours to turn it around, right? Empty it so that it can go out, or else you get extra charges. So, but it's not going to change more than now. And I'm sure that we're happy to keep you or whoever informed if there are any changes coming up. You know? There are certain times of the year where there's right before Christmas, right? We would expect more goods and things like that. Yes, ma'am.
So there's going to be like trucks coming in to
Just like now,
deliver the.
yes. You'll see Matson. You'll see Matson containers. You'll see President lines, EPL. Just like now, but there will be more, of course, because that's all inherent in growing the distribution.
So are there going to be parking in that area too?
No. So the loading dock is down here. That's supposed to look like a truck. The loading dock is down here, and then there's a ramp here to come down to this one. And this is the handling area, also like a semi-loading area. But no, they don't stay parked there. We want to unload that and get it out of our yard as quickly as possible, because for us we pay rent. Yeah, it's not really rent, but it's a fee to pay.
Because it's going to be like, an eyesore to the residents if there's a lot of trucks.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Having operation.
Okay. There will not be trucks hanging around, although I acknowledge that there has been some old equipment in the front of the property over the last few years. And we have plans to take care of that. Yeah, that doesn't work.
Okay, so, can you go down the screen way down for the wing drive?
Okay.
The right hand center, there's an island there. I believe trailer trucks are real long.
Mayor, and a median, then the vicinity map shows us better.
If you go back to that same picture. Okay, so go to that same picture.
Is the master plan?
Yes. Okay, this one.
Oh, here, yeah, this one.
This
Oh,
one
that thing.
turns. This is going up, except let's say, this
Yep.
the island. right
Yep,
here.
yeah,
Were you able to make it to this long trucks right here?
yeah,
Because that's a matter.
yeah, no, we do it now.
Because we always do that. And
I don't like that island, to tell you the
And the
truth.
problem here in our village is that there's a lot of concerns about long periods going on here, let's say something that is it because of the noise issues that we have for even those vehicles. But if there's any way we probably we're gonna
Redesign that.
redesign this because of the island. And of course, the long trailer, we just take the whole stage here. Going in and out, we just like do it.
Yeah, I don't like that
That's a
island.
busy.
I'm an old public works guy.
And the problem there is that when we had a work rock here, last time, was a lot of the people who watch program, they're very concerned about how the traffic flows to Shore Bridge.
So then
That's
you're
the
saying
problem
that's an
is-
issue that we have to address the public works.
Well,
To
if the MPC is saying, we don't really think that island works for our traffic pattern, if that's what you're saying, then we should go to Public Works together. We should go to Public Works, okay, and ask them to change that. You know, right now, we have so many different categories of funding for streets and highways, and if it gets into the FHWA, Federal Highway Administration funding, it's a mess, okay? It may be, it may not be. Let's hope it isn't, but I'm happy to go with you, the mayor, or some representative of NPC, and I'll do the sketches, right, so that they know what we're talking about. We would say, we'd like to investigate eliminating that.
Right.
I think there's a traffic.
Yeah, there's a permit for that.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to change something.
Yeah.
What to do with construction,
Yeah.
what is the purpose for? There's other things. The reason why I'm asking that is just excellent and then you know, because like I said, when we had an car accident, only they blocked the road and he did this road right in.
Oh,
Takes up.
oh, no, that's not,
Okay, yeah,
no.
and that was the issues here. So.
We have to go in and out
I'm very
there.
concerned about that, probably don't know about that.
Yeah. In and out there has to be the rule. Not in there and drive through and say hello to people and ask them and drive out the other side. In and out.
I'm not too sure that, some time ago, highways, the construction of highways were federally funded, although it's handled by public works. You know, they have to just, tell me how much you need because.
Right, FHWA gives the money to Public Works, who
Right.
then contracts it out, it deals with the specifications of the federal highway.
So what I'm saying is, funding shouldn't be an issue, if it's, lumped into.
Good,
Yeah, so that's, a process needs to take place where we need to address
yeah,
a problem, work with them, and they include it in their funding,
Well, I work with Public Works all the time, I'm an old Public Works guy, I started there, and, I'm happy to assist, how's that? I can't lead it, right? This is an asset thing. I can't lead it, but for
I don't
sure.
know, there's moral goals in the middle.
Yes, there are, yes, there are,
That's
yes.
gonna be
That's
hard.
another complication,
That's gonna be hard.
another complication.
I didn't see that actually, but oh, I know it was an island.
Yeah, I don't like those islands like that, I think they're too difficult to see at
A
night.
modifier.
Yeah, at night, or if you're just not paying attention, and you think you can swing out because you think it's a big wide intersection, and it ain't.
Yeah, they need to put a traffic light there. 'cause-
Well, I was gonna bring that up, I don't know, traffic lights are good and bad,
Because
right?
you know how the container, the trucking,
Yeah,
that's pretty wide when they're gonna make a turn,
Yeah.
especially they have to go down to the port. So if they're gonna have to keep waiting for the cars to pass by, you really need a traffic stop there.
well, that's something we could discuss, I mean, let's face it, we have new traffic signals on one, right? We get them occasionally. I've done a protocol, I did a protocol for a Jack in the Box for a new traffic signal. It's pretty difficult to prove that it's necessary, but we could try.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if you want a traffic signal there, though, that's,
It'll help slow people speed.
it'll slow down the traffic a little bit.
Aging after 2 o'clock, or 2:30, traffic is sometimes it's been hard to come in.
Really bad, like congested.
We really don't want to wait till an accident occurs.
Exactly, yeah.
So we should let the residents know that, hey, we brought this up, we'll see what we can do.
Okay, I think that's a good idea. I think maybe we should visit with Public Works, with Vince and his highway, and I can set, help you set up. But like I say, I can just go along, I can't be the lead on it. I can help you set that up. And then we talk to them about that whole intersection, right? Does it qualify for a signal? Can we take that island out? Does Public Works have any plans for that signal? I don't know.
Sometimes they have future plans.
They do, this is why,
I mean, they
that's
have
why I said
future
that,
plans
Mary.
Going, I think, 10 years into the future.
I know, that's why I said that.
How this, development occurs.
Yeah, that's why I said that. I mean, there could be plans already. We could go in there in 5 minutes, we're gonna learn, oh, hey, we got this covered, right? This is all covered, so. Good, yeah, good plan, good idea. Any other questions or comments about the proposed rezoning? The next steps after this will be a regular meeting next Tuesday, as I understand, where the MPC by law is required to prepare a resolution which either recommends approval with conditions, or recommends disapproval, right? Like that. And so I'd like to talk with you all after the public hearing about that resolution. I have some ideas. We've already discussed some things we want to have in it. I've discussed it extensively with the Kramers, so that by the time we come to Tuesday's meeting, we kind of got, we know what we're talking about. Yeah. That would be, and then after that, presuming we get a favorable, I hope it will be an approval with conditions, of course. Then we would go to the GLUC. Maybe we'll get there September 12th. Yeah, for that, and then if we get approval by the GLUC, then the rezoning happens about 2 weeks later after the notice of action is actually signed by the chairperson of the GLUC, and I sign on behalf of the applicant, and he gets recorded. Yeah, then it will be business.
Now, for the next meeting, do we have to publicize a notice of the rezoning, or is this?
You have to publicize a notice of the meeting, and with the agenda, and one of the agenda items has consideration of a resolution regarding rezoning request number GLUC, blah, 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 blah. That's all you need in the agenda to publicize, right? And then that has to be part of it. And this is generally our MPCs, they handle this in the regular monthly meetings almost every year.
We don't
But you don't.
publicize it or PD it, we just.
Yeah, well, we are here, we're paying for that, yeah, exactly, we have to, that's the law. Yeah, that's the law, it's very complicated, and trust me, Assan is not the only village that's having this, not a problem, but an issue about it, right? It costs money, it takes some time, staff have to do extra things, but that's the law. That has been the law since 2019. We'll help you with that.
So. Is there any discussion about, if you have these meetings next week? You will review our resolutions, any resolutions?
Yeah.
So, we move forward and say we just set the.
Okay, so are you done with your presentation?
Oh, yeah, thank you.
Okay, so we're going to have another meeting. What date is the meeting? Here?
That's gonna be,
Tuesday. Tuesday, this Friday, is 5:30 is what I said.
Tuesday next week. Because August 20th.
What time, Jerry?
5:30.
Okay, so go ahead and announce.
So anyway, meetings will be in August. Yes. Right. Okay, so, we're gonna have a meeting on Tuesday. 5:30. And, I'm going to make a motion to adjourn this meeting after we discuss everything with Mr. Andrew.
Okay,
So the next meeting is on August 20, like I said, and, I'm gonna make a motion to adjourn this meeting. 40 seconds. Second by Ray.
Mary.
Ray.
So what, it's 5:41.
Okay, it's 5:41. Meeting is adjourned.
I will be at that regular meeting in case some of your other members are there but weren't here. They might have questions. That's usually what Carla and I find. So we'll be ready to go, the full thing, if anybody needs it, or else we just like
And you'll be, so the last, is that the last meeting next week?
Well, then we go to GLUC. But this,
But for us, it's.
for us, the last one,
Okay.
yeah.
So that meeting, you were going to present a resolution to approve.
You will, I would just help you write it
Okay,
in a form that other villages
okay.
have done. And I'll send that to Jerry in a Word
We're
document.
not in the best thing, right? I'll check on that. So let's have a support. Support. That's what,